Hello. Hard to get both of us in the frame sometimes. Maybe it's a learned skill. So we're taking what's called a zero, which means essentially we're just taking the day off. We're not getting any miles. Been taking care of some business, doing some laundry, some stuff online.
Trying to reduce our pack weight again.
Yeah, we really have to work on getting food.
Snack bag that weighs about, feels like 20 pounds. So we're going through to kind of reduce that down to try and get it to a decent weight.
Yeah, and maybe shift some stuff from her pack to mine too. Because we got a lot coming up tomorrow.
Yeah.
But today pretty much we just have to recover. And that's kind of nice. We're trying to minimize our walking, but we got the laundromat stuff done. We went to Dollar General. And yeah, we know how to shop. And so yeah, we got that stuff done, and we're going off to eat at a local Wendy's. Woohoo! You know, it's funny. I was actually hungry last night, about 2 o'clock or so, and I don't know if hiker hunger's starting to kick in early. It's supposed to be about 2 or 3 weeks.
Or it could be all in your mind.
It could be, but boy, I was feeling hungry and staying awake with it.
We're in a town called Helen, and it's pretty cute. It's like a Bavarian town.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see behind us. There's little things.
Yeah, we'll take some more video as we go down the store, down the street.
Down the store.
Down the store. So you can see it's a cute town. They still have the Christmas stuff up, so I'm not sure if it's just a year-round thing or not, but it's pretty cute. And
yeah, it's also a very nice day, which is unfortunate. We really had to take the time off because today is a perfect hiking day.
It is.
It's really killing us. It's supposed to be something like 70, and then the next 5 days they're supposed to be rainy, somewhere between 40 and 60 degrees, depending on which day you look at, and that's in the lowlands. It'll be colder up there. At any rate, we're gonna go chow down.
Oh well.
Not much of a video for today. Probably combine it with the next day.
Yep.
And we'll talk to you guys later. Hello. All right, we are getting back on the trail again. We're at Unicoi Gap, and we're going to see how far we can go today. Today's going to be a little bit of fun. We get to go up about 1,000 feet, then we get to go down about 1,000 feet. Then we go up another 1,500 feet or so, and we get to do all that in about, what, 7 miles?
Something like that.
Something like that. And then we're going to evaluate what to do. There's water at a shelter at the very top of the second mountain, apparently, so we're going to hopefully enjoy some of that. And not much after that, so we have a little thinking to do. But this is, from everyone's comments, supposed to be a fun hike, so let's do this. You have anything, Dan?
Beautiful sunny day. The rains are supposed to come in tonight, and then rain all day Friday, and I think for a few days. But we're gonna see how far we can get today, and then just batten down the hatches for the rain.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this thing.
All right.
Just up from Unicoi Gap. Haven't gone far. Thought I'd take the opportunity. Take the picture. The camera really doesn't show elevation. Rocky Mountain Trail. Blue Bay's going that way. Apparently, we're still going up this way. I think we're about halfway up 1,000-foot climb, maybe a little bit more. Not really sure. I'm glad we've rested. Hasn't been incredibly bad, but it's definitely been slow. I'm gonna guess if it keeps up like it has been, for those of you in Phoenix, I'd say it's maybe like going up and down, up the backside of Pinnacle Peak, maybe 4 times. There's no steps right here. Much of it has been stepped or rocked. or roots, steps in effect. This is kind of pleasant actually, just to walk. But yeah, if you could go up the backside of Pinnacle Peak maybe about 4 times with the pack on, I'm gonna say that's about right now. But there's still a lot more to be discovered, so maybe I'm getting cocky. Could always get steeper. Well, we have reached the top of the first 1,000-foot climb, so-called Rocky Mountain. It's got a nice view. Supposedly there's a viewpoint coming up in about 0.2. And I do wish you guys could see it. This is just not doing justice to it. Really pretty. You can see way out. That hill right there, where is it? There. That hill right there, it looks a lot closer than it does on camera, even when I've zoomed in. The camera just doesn't do it, but it is really pretty. It's a tough hill, but not, brutal. I think we both made it through it, and just kind of pre-tires us for the next one. So now we'll go down. I think it's supposed to be a pretty steep down, and we'll roll with that too. So can't get through it except by going through it. Have anything to say, Jane?
No. It's a good day. Good day.
Beautiful day. This is pretty much what coming down has been. A few flatter areas, but a lot of these steps down. I think Jane's doing now. Much quicker, much easier than going up. Pretty hard on the knees. It's nice to have poles. But this is pretty. Really pretty. Well, after a pretty steep decline, we're now at Indian Grave Gap. It looks like a dirt road below us. We've maybe made 2.7 miles by my keen forest senses. And our future lies over there in that shadow you can see through the trees. Somewhere past that is a taller hill. That's a false summit in front of us. And we'll go do another 1,500 feet. Well, again, my highly developed forest sense is telling me it's about a little less than 2 miles to Tray Gap, just above Indian Grave Gap, which is back there. Just was informed at the bottom, this is supposed to be an easier up. Well, whatever it is, can't stop. We won't stop. We're moving on. Apparently there's water down there, but I don't want to carry it up. We're about third way up, coming into this nice little flat area. Looks like there's people have been camping. It's a nice little area. I could absolutely see why somebody would stealth camp here. But we're not. We are going that way, as she just said. So we'll see what we can do. Just a short comment. We screwed up a few miles back there where there was water. I meant to point it out. There was actually an old cheese factory there. I've heard other people say you really can't see the ruins. We sure didn't notice anything. I can't for the life of me figure out why there would be a cheese factory there. I guess it kind of speaks to the fact that all this land was once cleared and probably settled. There was water down the hill. I don't even know what kind of cheese they were making. But it's one of those little spots that people often point out on this trail as the cheese factory. And so I was kind of excited to see it on the map, but blew right on by it. It wasn't too impressive, I guess. At any rate, we have about, what did I say, 1.2 miles up to the top of Tray Mountain, and about 600 more feet. And then we'll come down a bit to our next water source, which is good because we're at about a quarter of a liter. God, what is on my lips? Put on the sunscreen chapstick stuff. Didn't realize it was all over. At any rate, good enough as it is. So that's about it. Bye-bye. Doesn't this kind of look like a skull? Teeth hanging down over this hollowed out trunk. Don't know if that'll come out on camera. So we just reached the top of Trey Mountain. I don't know that there's much to see up here. It was a good climb. Oh, it's not a bad view. Again, I don't know that it shows up on camera, but what a beautiful view from here. I wish you could see down with us. So this hill actually gave us a break. The first hill was lots of steps, very vertical. This one had a few sections like this, but in general, it also had a lot of ones where you could actually walk on a relatively smooth path. Doesn't mitigate the fact that it's a long climb followed by a long climb. So we're a little bit tired, but I'm feeling pretty good. How about yourself? Yeah. All right.
I'll feel better after we eat lunch and have water.
Yep. So we're going to go down to Trey Mountain Shelter. We're going to have ourselves a little bit of lunch. We need to gather up some water and then decide what to do. Yep. Again, our keen forest senses and whatnot, I think, have told us that somewhere around here there's shelter and water. We're going to stop off, take a break, check the time, see how we feel, maybe move on. The day's still young. Tomorrow it rains quite a bit, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Blue blazes, by the way, indicate that there's something that's off trail. So you'll notice up on the tree there's going to be a blue patch coming up. Maybe you can see it now, maybe not. Kind of have some shadows on the screen. And so that's typically something that's like a water source or a shelter, or in this case both. Sometimes a view off trail. So we are doing non-trail miles right now over to the shelter, but we need the water, and there's not much water available in the next section, at least on the map. There is water, but then in some places you have to go up to half a mile downhill in order to get the water and then come back up with it. And yeah, I'm not feeling that froggy. Trey Mountain Shelter coming up. Maybe people there, so I'm going to stop the video. Yep, someone's there. Looks like a pretty standard 3 walls and a roof with a little bit of a porch onto it. Behind Trey Mountain Shelter, they said it was about 0.1 for the water. I'm not buying it. I'm thinking it's more than that, 0.2, quarter mile. At any rate, kind of surprising to see that in this case, the water is coming from a cement box. It has a little well, and then out of that well, interesting, I have this little pipe source. Really, really nice. But I am going to take advantage of this pipe source, gather up some water, and yeah, have some lunch. Well, here's a better view of Trey Mountain Shelter. Other gentleman here has gone down to get some water. I don't know if you can see, but up over here are the bear cables. So they've hung pre-bear lines up here to keep off the bears, which is really nice because hanging a bear cave is just no fun. And then the shelter also has, interesting enough, hooks and backs. You can hang stuff back here, and some bench-like things that if you wanted to cook out, that's probably the best place to do it, just so you don't attract it. And they have the exact same thing on the other side. And if we were to continue on over here, I'm not going to go all the way over there because I really don't need it. There is a privy. Most of these shelters have privy on the trail, but not all of them. I understand the ones in Tennessee don't. And there's places where the trail zigzags back and forth between Tennessee and North Carolina, but that's tomorrow's problem. I understand the North Carolina side has privies, and the Tennessee side does not. So, oh well. And these apparently also have mice. So they're composting toilets. And so yeah, it all falls underneath. and the mice like the warmth, or I don't know what. But anyway, that is the full tour of Tray Mountain Shelter. We're coming into Steelhead Gap. Looks like there's some camping spots over here, although they look a little tipped. Apparently there's some water about 1/10 of a mile down, but I do mean down, and we don't need it. So we're gonna go up one of our 3 remaining medium-sized hills with lots of little sawtooths on the top of this one, and keep heading over towards our campsite. I don't know why, but I think these are so cool. The way the log hollows out inside. God knows what's in there. So I don't know what the deal with the name is, but we've just come to Swag of the Blue Ridge. Yes.
Look at that sign.
Oh, they're feeling pretty proud, aren't they? Brand new sign.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. I don't know what the swag is.
Yeah, I know.
If there's some out here, I'm not seeing it. It's not even much of a view. I spy, my little eye, something brown.
A tree.
Damn it. I believe this is called Sassafras Gap for no reason that I'm aware of. And water is down there, but it's supposed to be like 0.4. Not happening. There's camping off in the distance. You can see a little bit of red from somebody's tent. But as Jane's already eager to show, we have one more hill to go over. That last one was more of a kicker than I thought. I think we're just getting tired. About 0.9 miles and we get to where we're going. Tray Mountain Wilderness, Chattahoochee National Forest. Department of Agriculture, of course. I believe this is where we're supposed to go to camp. And looks like a dirt road right here. Blue Blaze down there. But we need to find some place to camp. And I suspect it's probably going to involve being over there. So looks like maybe a fire pit or something. And that just might be home. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. I'll have to get up soon. But the sound of the rain in the tent is really, really nice. Well, we were heading out. This was our tent space. We're a little bit late. I didn't even check the time. We had some issues with the bear bag hang. The cord kind of cut into the branch and the bag wouldn't come down. I had to make a spear with my neck knife using that stick right there and cut the line. And at any rate, it's been one of those mornings. Hands are cold. We're both a little muddy already. Losing a little bit of dexterity. And we got to go up Kelly Knob, which I don't know what it is. It's supposed to be really a pain in the rear. So we're about 2 miles away from a shelter where we're going to have breakfast. But first, I think we have to go up something. I don't know what it is, whether it's 1,000 feet or 1,500. Doesn't matter. We got to go up and we got to go down. Whatever it is, we'll do it, but there won't be many videos. Well, the rain has slowed down a little bit, but there's been no videoing today because the phone doesn't work when it's wet. And generally when I pull it out, it's getting wet pretty quick and then not responsive. We didn't even take pictures in the shelter because a whole bunch of people showed up soon after we arrived. Really cool shelter. It's actually almost four-sided. Sleep on the top level. It was a really nice place. But we have a shuttle coming in at 2 o'clock, which is, I don't know.
40 minutes?
It's probably 40 minutes, 45, I don't know. And I see the cars going by, so we gotta find a place to post up. And that's probably about it for today. Maybe we'll talk more from the hotel. Or maybe if we go down to the hostel, we'll show that too. There's one a quarter mile down the road.